While the MotoGP world remains engrossed in the unfolding drama of the 2025 season, a seismic shift in preparation is already underway within the hallowed halls of Ducati Corse in Borgo Panigale. The Italian factory, never one to rest on its laurels, has slammed into overdrive, its focus laser-sharp on the sport's next great technological leap, the 2027 debut of the 850cc era. The jewel of this audacious project is the GP27, and its development timeline is not just aggressive. It's borderline revolutionary, with whispers suggesting its first prototype could hit the tarmac before the summer of 2026. This isn't merely a routine update, it's a meticulously orchestrated, two-pronged war campaign. Ducati is currently operating on a dual-track strategy that showcases its immense technical and logistical prowess. On one front, engineers are perfecting the GP26 for the imminent 2025 championship fight. Simultaneously, and with equal intensity, a separate team is deep into the conceptual trenches, designing a machine to conquer the most significant regulatory change in over a decade. Crucially, they are not starting from a blank page. Insights gleaned from recent electronic updates and aerodynamic evolutions tested on current bikes are serving as the foundational bedrock for the GP27. This data, harvested in real-world Grand Prix conditions, is priceless, allowing Ducati to filter proven concepts directly into their future revolution. The rider deployment plan for the GP27 reveals a stroke of strategic genius. The legendary test rider Michele Pirro, the bedrock of Ducati development for over a decade, will be the first to wrestle the early prototype in April 2026. His role is clear: to perform the heavy lifting, to establish a stable base direction, and to identify the macro challenges of the new package. The surprising twist, however, involves Niccolò Bulega. Fresh from his official appointment as a Ducati test rider, the runner-up World SBK champion is now slated to join the GP27 testing program as early as June 2026, far sooner than initially anticipated. This is where Ducati's strategy turns particularly sharp. Bulega's recent and extensive experience on Pirelli tyres in World SBK, which are far closer in construction and philosophy to the tyres expected in the 2027 MotoGP regulations, is an invaluable asset. His role is envisioned as that of a refinement specialist, using his fresh, race-honed sensitivity to fine-tune the details after Pirro has carved out the initial path. Contractually, Bulega is committed to a minimum of 3 dedicated test sessions with the GP27, with the option for Ducati to expand this number as needed. A clear sign of the immense trust and high expectations placed upon him. While some manufacturers remain squarely focused on their 2026 challengers, Ducati's early leap is a high-stakes gamble for long-term dominance. The engineers in Borgo Panigale are acutely aware that the 850cc regulations, with their intended focus on reduced aerodynamics and modified electronics, could completely reset the competitive hierarchy. Every test day, every lap of data with the GP27 is a step towards locking in an advantage before the new era even begins. This is where the narrative converges with Ducati's biggest star. The 2027 machine being forged in this accelerated program is widely projected to be the prime weapon for Marc Marquez. Should the 8-time world champion's integration and success with the factory team continue as planned, the 2027 season could represent his first full campaign on a bike purpose-built from the ground up for the new rules, and potentially his platform for a title defense. Ducati isn't just building a new bike, they are potentially crafting the cornerstone of the Marquez Era in red. The coming winter and the entirety of 2026 will be a period of relentless behind-the-scenes work for the Ducati garage. Their philosophy is simple yet daunting. The sooner the GP27 tastes asphalt, the sooner they can solve its riddles. In the high-stakes technological arms race of MotoGP, Ducati's crazy strategy is a calculated bet that time, more than anything else, is the ultimate currency for supremacy. They're not just preparing for a new era, they are aiming to define it from the very first green light in 2027. Ducati's ability to run two monumental projects in parallel is a testament to its unparalleled depth in resources and technical manpower. Unlike smaller manufacturers who must pivot entire departments, Borgo Panigale operates with what insiders describe as dedicated but overlapping cells. The financial and championship success of recent years has created a fertile environment for such risk-taking. This aggressive timeline is not born of desperation, but of confidence, a belief that their current technical philosophy has a direct evolutionary path into the 850cc future. The risk of spreading talent too thin is mitigated by the synergy they are cultivating. Lessons from the GP26's final evolution will provide immediate feedback loops for the GP27's chassis and engine geometry. At the heart of this strategy is a fundamental bet that the core architecture of the Desmo T54, a design refined over nearly 2 decades, will remain potent under the new regulations. While capacity drops and bore-stroke ratios will change, the inherent advantages of the engine as a stressed member and its characteristic power delivery are seen as transferable assets. The real battlefield, engineers concede, will be in managing the anticipated 25 horsepower reduction while maintaining rideability and optimizing the new, less invasive aerodynamic and electronic restrictions. The GP27's early shakedowns will focus heavily on mapping this new power curve and understanding its interaction with the revised chassis. Nicolo Bulega's accelerated role cannot be overstated. His value transcends mere riding feedback. He is a living database on the 2027 spec Pirellis. The tyre characteristics in World SBK, with their different construction, carcass stiffness and warm-up profiles, offer a critical preview: how the GP27's chassis loads the front tyre, how it manages rear grip under acceleration with reduced horsepower, and how its electronics can maximize the tyre's operating window are questions Bulega is uniquely qualified to help answer. His transition from race-winning superbike to prototype MotoGP machine creates a short circuit in the development loop, potentially saving months of guesswork. This preemptive strike by Ducati places immense pressure on its European and Japanese rivals. While Yamaha and Honda are known to be deep in their own 850cc projects, their timelines are shrouded in secrecy.